Hello, hello. Today, for this quick video, I want to talk about three things that all kind of connect together. So, we're talking about how the doctrine of Christ works out, specifically, how Jesus can be fully man, fully God, and then how the incarnation works. That sounds like a ton of information all at once, but it's actually they fit together really well. So, there's two aspects of Jesus' nature. He is one person with two natures. That is, he is fully human and fully God. Fully human isn't really debated in almost any circles whatsoever anymore. The fact that Jesus had a physical body, he is genetically human, he is physically human. Whatever makes me human, whatever makes you human, whatever is that humanness, Jesus had that. Because of that, he would have had a regular human birth, just like anyone else, virginally conceived, but human birth. He would have had human development. He would have grown. He needed to learn how to walk, how to talk. He had a physical development of his bones hurting when they grew in those nighttime, as a 10-year-old. His teeth would have fallen out. Like he had a regular human development. If he wasn't, so if he somehow, here's why it's important. This is crucial. If he didn't experience absolute true humanity, if he wasn't really human but was just God pretending or God zipping up an earth suit as he was putting on a costume, then if Jesus isn't absolutely human, then he can't be my substitute and die in my place. Hebrews 2:17 that he had to become like this, or NIV says like fully human in every way to take on this burden of us. In order for his death in my place to be valid for me, he has to be like me. He has to be one of us. So that one's not really debated in many circles whatsoever. It used to be in the early church. They had a couple questions, but instantly the church said, no, that's just wrong. Absolutely human. The bigger debate for modern day is he absolutely God? Obviously, atheists and agnostics would say no, but also Mormons and Muslims who claim that the Bible is true, and then they both just say that the Bible never teaches Jesus is God, which is wildly painful because Jesus was absolutely God. The Jesus being God was the main idea of his ministry as he's trying to proclaim. Now, he did not come out and say the words, I am God, in order, or at least in scripture. And Muslims love to say that. Oh, Jesus never said, I am God, therefore he isn't. But it's different. If Jesus had stepped into Jerusalem and said the phrase, I am God, the Jews would have assumed, maybe rightly, that he meant, I am the Father, I am God. And so Jesus needed to creatively, beautifully, infinite, and wisdom find a way to say, I am equal with God, but I'm actually different from God the Father. I am God, but not the God that you're thinking I'm God. And so by doing so, he said, all those attributes of God, I have those. The one who provides salvation, that would be the Father, I do that. The one who forgives sins, that'd be him, I do that. The one who can speak with authority of the truth of Scripture, I do that. The one who can confirm or suspend different aspects of the Old Testament law, that be God, I do that. So he came with absolute authority to heal, to command, to speak over spiritual forces and demons, to speak over the universe itself and calm the storm. So his miracles were in his own power, in his own name, not just as Elijah or Moses would do because God gave it to him. So he spoke with absolute authority. One of my favorite lines is later in John when he's being attacked and abused by the Pharisees, and he says, for which of my miracles, for which of my good works do you want to kill me? And they said, no, we don't want to stone you for your good works. We want to stone you because you, though a mere man, claim to be God. That's the point. That's the crime over Jesus' death. If Jesus had held up a sign on his mugshot for being arrested, it was because he claimed to be God. So Jesus is absolutely God. Jesus is absolutely human. And the combination of those is called the incarnation, where the God of the universe becomes flesh. He becomes one of us. We celebrate that at Christmas, but we focus so much on just the birth. But it's so much more than just, and then a baby was born. That's great. That's amazing. But it's infinite God become finite man so that he can die in our place. If I have any part of that formula missing, the narrative of Christianity doesn't work. So I'll say one last time. In order for Jesus' death to be valid for me, he has to be human, or it doesn't count. But in order for Jesus' death to be powerful enough to save me, he has to be God. So Jesus' humanity is required, his deity is required. So Jesus is one person with two natures, an infinite God and finite human, and neither of those are contradictory. Neither of those are battling for control. He is the perfect God man in one time. You're awesome. You're wonderful. I'm thankful for you.